Hi there! This week we are going to be learning something new. We are going to be learning about elements of poetry. Do you know anything about poetry? Have you ever heard that word, poetry, before? So thumbs up for yes and thumbs down for no. Okay, well if you don't know anything about poetry, that's okay because the next couple of days we're going to be focusing on the different parts of poetry, okay? So when we think of elements of poetry, we have, or what we're going to be focusing on is rhyme, repetition, and alliteration. Have you ever heard of the word rhyme or maybe rhyming? Have you ever heard of that? I'm sure some of you are saying yes. If you haven't, that's okay. We're going to be working on that today actually. Have you ever heard of the word repetition? Okay. Alliteration. Alright, so whenever we do alliteration, I have such a fun song that's going to probably get stuck in your head. But when we come to that day, I'll play that song for you, okay? But let's go over each one of them, alright? So rhyme. Can you say the word rhyme? Rhyme. Words end with the same sound or sounds. So cat, sat. Okay, so cat, sat. Let's keep thinking. Cat, sat, mat, bat, rat. That's all that comes to my head right now. But see how we were rhyming the ending sound, right? We had at. So I kept looking for words that had at the end. Okay? So rhyming. Later on today, we're also going to be reading a poem that has rhyming words in them, okay? So the next one we have is repetition. Can you say the word repetition? Repetition. The same words or lines are said over and over and over and over and over. Okay? So I just did that. I just showed you an example of repetition, didn't I? I just said and over and over and over and over. I just repeated myself, over and over again. So that's an example of repetition. So it's whenever the same words or lines are said again and again and again. That's another example, right? Okay, the next one is alliteration. Please try to say alliteration. Alliteration. It's a long word for sure. Words near each other start with the same sound or sounds. So I know it sounds like a big word and you're like, what does that mean? When we come to that, we're gonna have fun with that lesson. Don't worry. I know it's a big word, maybe a little scary word. We're gonna really like that one when we come to it. So here's an example of alliteration. I'm going to say it and then I'm going to give you a chance to try to say it, okay? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. That's alliteration. Do you see how, well actually, what letter did we keep focusing on over and over again? I'm going to say it again. Listen for the letter, or if you can see it, what letter are we using over and over again? Sorry. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. P, the letter P. We are focusing on the letter P in this example for alliteration, aren't we? Okay, I'm going to say it, and then I would like for you to try to say it after. It's always fun to actually try these alliteration sentences for yourself. So, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A little quicker now. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. All right, good job at practicing alliteration. All right, so this week I know you're going to really enjoy elements of poetry. Today we're going to focus on rhyme, and then we're going to focus on repetition and here in a couple of days, and then alliteration. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's little lesson over elements of poetry.